Thunder roars, worlds tremble. Zeus, king of the Greek gods, faces Shiva, the cosmic destroyer. Who wins this ultimate clash of divine power? What happens when the ruler of Mount Olympus, wielding lightning and supreme authority, squares off against the Hindu deity who dances the universe into creation and destruction? In this video, we're diving deep into a mythological showdown. Zeus versus Shiva. We'll compare their origins, powers, and philosophies, using Hindu scriptures like the Vedas and Puranas for authenticity, alongside Greek epics. Expect vivid battle simulations, symbolic visuals, and a touch of tantric mysticism to uncover who truly reigns supreme. Stick around. Things are about to get divine. The roots of divine power. Let's start with Zeus, the thunderous patriarch of Greek mythology, born to the Titans. Cronus and Rhea. Zeus's story begins with rebellion. Cronus, fearing a prophecy that he'd be overthrown, swallowed his children, except Zeus, who was hidden by Rhea on Crete. Raised in secret, Zeus grew into a cunning and mighty god. He tricked Cronus into vomiting up his siblings, then led a cosmic war, the Titanomachy, to overthrow the Titans. By the end, Zeus claimed the heavens, wielding his iconic thunderbolt, a weapon forged by the Cyclopes, capable of leveling mountains and incinerating foes. His domain? The sky, storms, and the order of the cosmos, ruling as the king of the Olympian gods. Now Shiva, whose origins are far more cosmic and cyclical. According to Hindu texts like the Rig Veda and Shiva Purana, Shiva is eternal, without beginning or end. He's one of the Trimurti, the cosmic triad alongside Brahma, the creator, and Vishnu, the preserver. Shiva is the destroyer, but destruction in Hinduism isn't chaos. It's transformation, clearing the way for renewal. The Linga Purana describes Shiva as emerging from a cosmic pillar of fire, infinite and formless, before taking forms like the meditative ascetic or the fierce Rudra. Unlike Zeus, who's bound to a pantheon and a throne, Shiva transcends time and space, existing as both a serene yogi and a force of annihilation. His third eye, when opened, can reduce the universe to ash, and his cosmic dance, the Tandava, balances creation and destruction. Lightning versus cosmic fire. Zeus's power is awe-inspiring, but grounded in the physical and political. His thunderbolt is his primary weapon, a symbol of raw, destructive force. In Homer's Iliad, Zeus uses it to enforce his will, striking down mortals and gods alike. He commands storms, rain, and wind, shaping the natural world. Beyond brute force, Zeus is a shapeshifter, transforming into animals or humans to influence events, like when he seduced mortals as a swan or a golden shower. His authority stems from his role as the arbiter of justice and fate, though his temper and impulsiveness often lead to chaos, as seen in myths like the Trojan War. Shiva's powers, however, operate on a metaphysical plane. The Shiva Purana details his arsenal: the Trishula, trident, which can pierce any defense, the Damaru, drum, whose rhythm sets the universe's tempo, and his third eye, which incinerates with a glance. His Tandava dance, described in the Natya Shastra, isn't just symbolic. It's a cosmic act that can unmake reality. Shiva's ascetic nature also grants him unparalleled spiritual power. Through meditation, he masters desire and fear, making him immune to manipulation. Unlike Zeus, whose power is tied to dominance, Shiva's is rooted in balance. Creation follows destruction, as seen in his role as Nataraja, the Lord of Dance. Order versus transformation. Zeus represents a structured, hierarchical cosmos. In Greek mythology, he upholds order, punishing hubris and enforcing divine law. Yet his rule is far from perfect. The Odyssey and Iliad show him as capricious, swayed by personal grudges or flattery. His authority is challenged by other gods like Poseidon or Athena, and his affairs with mortals spark conflicts, like Hera's wrath against Hercules. Zeus's philosophy is one of control, but it's fragile, limited by his emotional volatility. Shiva's philosophy, drawn from Hindu texts like the Upanishads, is cyclical and transcendent. He destroys not out of anger but necessity, clearing ignorance and ego to pave the way for renewal. Bhagavad Gita echoes this. Destruction is part of the cosmic cycle, not an end. Shiva's tantric aspects, explored in texts like the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, emphasize inner transformation. His meditative state reflects mastery over duality, life and death, creation and destruction. Unlike Zeus, who seeks to maintain a static order, Shiva embraces change as the essence of existence. So who wins in a war of gods? The challenge is monumental. Zeus's physical might and political savvy versus Shiva's cosmic omnipotence and spiritual depth. Can Zeus's thunderbolt match Shiva's third eye? Can a god bound by a pantheon outlast one who transcends? Let's simulate this epic battle, blending mythology with a touch of speculative flair. To see who emerges victorious, the battle simulation picture. The battlefield, a cosmic void where Mount Olympus meets the Himalayas. Zeus descends in a chariot of storm clouds, thunderbolt crackling in his hand. Lightning splits the sky, and his voice booms, demanding submission. Across the void, Shiva appears, seated in lotus pose, his Trishula planted beside him. The Damaru's beat echoes, shaking the fabric of reality. The Tandava begins, slow and rhythmic, as stars flicker and fade. Round 1. Zeus strikes first, hurling his thunderbolt, the weapon that felled titans. But Shiva's third eye opens, and a beam of cosmic fire vaporizes the bolt midair. Zeus, undeterred, transforms into a raging bull, charging with earth-shaking force. Shiva, unmoving, summons Ganas, his divine attendants, who swarm Zeus, disrupting his form. Zeus shifts again, now a golden eagle soaring to strike from above. But Shiva's Trishula spins, creating a vortex that pulls Zeus back to the ground. Round 2. Zeus calls on his allies. Athena and Apollo join, wielding strategy and light. Shiva counters with his own forces, Kali, the fierce goddess of time, and Ganesha, the remover of obstacles. The clash is chaotic. Athena's shield deflects Kali's sword, but Ganesha's strength overwhelms Apollo. Zeus unleashes a storm, flooding the battlefield. Shiva's Tandava intensifies, and the flood evaporates under the heat of his dance. The universe trembles as Shiva's third eye glows brighter, threatening to unmake everything. The turning point comes when Zeus, desperate, hurls his full might, a cataclysmic thunderstorm that shakes the cosmos. Mortals below cower, believing the end has come, but Shiva, serene, enters a meditative trance. His third eye opens fully, and a wave of cosmic fire engulfs Zeus's storm. Shiva Purana tells us this fire isn't just destruction, it's purification. Zeus, caught in the blaze, resists, but his form begins to dissolve. Shiva's Tandava reaches its peak, and the battlefield collapses into a singularity. Zeus, bound to his physical form and pantheon, cannot withstand Shiva's transcendence. The Greek god fades, not dead but humbled, as Shiva's dance restores balance, recreating the void as a new cosmos. In this mythological showdown, Shiva's cosmic power and philosophical depth outmatch Zeus's raw strength and authority. Zeus is a king, but Shiva is the universe itself, creation, destruction, and everything in between. The Shiva Purana and Upanishads reveal a deity who transcends conflict, while Zeus, as seen in the Iliad, is defined by it. This isn't just a battle of might, it's a clash of worldviews. Greek mythology's structured order crumbles before Hinduism's cyclical transformation. Shiva doesn't win by destroying Zeus, he wins by rendering the fight irrelevant, absorbing it into the cosmic dance. Loved this divine showdown? Next up, we're pitting Thor against Indra. Click the video on your screen to see who reigns supreme.